Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Anomaly course, Core Content Lesson 8, Entry. So firstly, before we get to the lower time frame entry function, we need to understand that we're going to be applying higher time frame swing points to higher time frame universal models, right? So we're essentially going to be waiting for a higher time frame C2 to be confirming a higher time frame universal model. In this example, we're going to be using manipulation ranges, right? Price comes into the range low, prints a C2 candle. Then we want to trade C3 and C4 to the opposing side of that range. So how do we actually confirm a C2 candle? Because a C2 candle closure is not enough. What you're going to need is the aligned lower time frame to have a change in state of delivery within this higher time frame candle. So as you can see, we have that lower time frame reversal, which validates us to look for C3 continuation. And here is the alignment for our higher time frame and lower time frame entry function. If you have a higher time frame C2, you're going to confirm that with a 5-minute change of state delivery. If you have a 30-minute C2, you're going to use a 3-minute change of state delivery. If you have a 15-minute C2, you're going to use a 1-minute change of state delivery. So now how do we trade C3? So remember, once we have that C2 closure, mark out the entire range here. And this is where we're going to look for a refined key level within the upper half of that previous candle's range, right? So when we go over here, what do we have? This swing low, right? So this swing low is where we want price to open low into it. Then we look back at the last set of opposing candles that traded into low. Once those are closed through, this is our continuation CSD slash propulsion block, which confirms the low of C3, which allows us to catch that expansion candle of C3 into our draw on liquidity. So you set your entry on the close or the confirmation to these opposing candles per stop loss at the swing low. At least go for 2R, you are good to go. So here we are on the hourly chart. What are we going to look for? A swing formation and a universal model, right? What do we have? Swing low, swing high, price trades into the swing low. We have a reversal into expansion candle, right? So a valid C2 closure. We want to trade C3. Let's go on to lower time frame. So here we are on the lower time frame. Let's go ahead and look inside of this C2 candle. Do we have a valid CSD using our time frame alignment going from the hourly C2 to a 5-minute change of state delivery? Yes, we do, right? So if you wanted to trade the reversal, you could, right? Because we have a small wick, we have a key level, so that can allow for price to expand into a reversal. The change of state delivery confirms the wick, right, or the protraction phase of the candle, and you can trade the expansion phase, right? Now for the continuation, what do we want to see? Price open low into the EQ of the previous candle's range. Now, this C2 reversal into expansion candle closes more near its own high. So we're going to mark out the whole range, and we're going to look for a key level above this black line. What do we have? A 5-minute gap. Price trades to the 5-minute gap. Look at the set of opposing candles that trades into that gap. What do we want to see? A close through that. And there you go. There's your validation of C3's low. And that confirms price to continue and trade to our draw on liquidity.